Welcome to your manifestation curriculum. I am so excited to teach you guys this. And I know you're probably wondering, what does manifestation have to do with unlearning patriarchy and capitalism? And I totally get that. Valid point, valid concerns all the way through. But the thing about manifestation is that so many people get it wrong, especially with some of these other modules where we're talking about deconstructing from certain religions. People are taught that manifestation is the devil or that it's, heathenists and different things like that. And then people also think that manifestation is just like wishing on a star and expecting things to happen. But manifestation is the key to having so many of your heart's desires, especially as you're deconstructing from patriarchy and capitalism. Patriarchy and capitalism, right? We've talked about all the ways that it makes you feel, how it ties your worth and your value to your productivity, how it makes you feel like if you're not constantly giving for others and providing for others, that your worth and your value aren't there. The universe flips that on its head and says you are worthy of all the desires of your heart simply because you exist. And when I teach you manifestation, it's from this place of you can have whatever you want. Patriarchy, capitalism, none of those things ever existed to make you happy, but the universe wants you to have everything it is you desire. The universe is constantly conspiring in your favor, and all you have to do is manifest it and say you want it. But I also don't want you to skip some steps. Now, there are plenty of people out there that will teach you manifestation. All they do is teach you manifestation. And to say, I've learned a couple of things from those people, but there was one thing in particular that I felt like was missing from the way that most people teach manifestation. And so inside of this section, you're going to find the key piece that I think is missing and my original, obviously, IP on how to manifest in a much quicker, faster, more fulfilling way. So, in this area, let's talk about first the energy, understanding the energy of manifestation. Let's talk about what manifestation actually is, okay? Manifestation is not just wishing upon a star and hoping that the universe drops your desires in your lap. Manifestation is setting an intention. It's saying, this is what I want, and then working to become an energetic match for that thing. It's embodying the values of the version of you that already has it. And it's about understanding frequency and how to get on the one that calls in your desires. Manifestation is declaring what you want. It's about setting an intention and then taking intentional action to match the frequency of that desire. You don't just ask and sit back and wait. You move, because every time you take an intentional step, you're showing the universe, I'm ready, I'm available, and I am a match for this thing that I want. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples as we move throughout this section, but one of them is about saying you want like weekly massages, okay? Let's say that that is $600 a month, but maybe you don't have access to that yet. So how do you become that version of you? You have to think about what that person values. They value rest. They value their body. They value sacred time. And making time to rest now should be easier. Are you treating your body like it matters now? If not, that's the first thing that you fix. Okay. Understanding manifestation means understanding that gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And I'm going to go through all of these in the next modules, but I'm just kind of giving you an overview here now. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. You can't feel gratitude for something you don't believe you already have. Gratitude is an elevated emotion. It's the one that matches the frequency of receiving. And that's why you have to start there. When you say, I'm grateful for what I can do right now and what I have right now, you raise your frequency to match the version of you who has more. Now, here's the trickiest part, which is detachment. And a lot of people teach manifestation and they teach it through detachment, and how to get what you want faster through detachment. And you say, I want this, but how do I not obsess over it or ask when it's coming? Because detachment means trusting. It's knowing that the thing is yours already and letting go of the desperation that keeps you stuck wanting it, the frequency that isn't enough. You have to move like someone who already has it, not someone who is chasing it. Okay. And then the biggest thing that I teach that we're going to go over is distraction as a manifestation tool. Detaching yourself from the outcome through distraction. When detachment feels too hard, distraction is the bridge. Distraction doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're not obsessing. You shift your focus to something that brings you joy. Pickleball, painting, coffee with a friend, playing with your kids. And what happens? Boom. Suddenly you check your DMs and someone's ready to pay you. That's how it works. You weren't on the frequency that you needed to be on. You were playing, which meant you were open to get what it is that you wanted. So the first question I want you to ask yourself before we get into all the other modules is, what frequency are you operating from right now? Are you living in gratitude? Are you embodying the future you? Are you still asking, where is it? Where's the thing that I said that I wanted? I'm a match for it, right? Let's start shifting with intention, embodiment, gratitude, detachment, and yes, a little bit of distraction. All right, we're going to move on to module 2, where we're going to go into embodying that future version of you in a little bit more detail.